Good day, my name is Renee Maruping and our group will be presenting on the various stages of research writing. Research writing is the basis of increasing knowledge and understanding as well as solving problems. Throughout our presentation, each group member will discuss how each stage contributes and is relevant to our research. Following this, we will have the Soho discussing the topic and introduction, Alia on the research problem and objectives, Tapang will speak on the hypothesis and recommendations, Her will analyze the literature review as well as the research design, and lastly, I will end with the discussion and the conclusion. Passing it on to the Soho.
Good day everyone, my name is Rasawa Kelashele and I will be discussing the topic and introduction. Firstly, the topic. What is the topic? A topic is a clearly defined subject area which the researcher plans on shedding light on. The key characteristics of a good research. A good research has a clear focus, meaning it is specific. It also is interesting, which means it should be able to hook the reader's attention. A good research should be feasible, meaning it should be attainable and realistic. Lastly, a research should be relevant to the area of study. Why topic is relevant in research writing? It offers guidance by providing focus and boundary. Now, the contribution of a topic in research writing. It adds groundbreaking insight about the area of study. Lastly, the conclusion. A topic gives research direction, turning an overwhelming and random research for information into an achievable and valuable undertaking. I'll be moving on to the introduction. An introduction in research essentially is the bridge that hooks the reader, firstly by establishing a wide-angle view, then narrowing it down to the research question. How an introduction contributes to research writing. An introduction captures the reader's curiosity by compelling them to read further. Secondly, it identifies the gap or unanswered question. Lastly, an introduction in research writing affirms the writer's knowledge and expertise regarding the area of study. Now we're going to look at the relevance of an introduction in research writing. It acts as a filter so that the reader can quickly assess the content's reliance. Lastly, the key components of an introduction. An introduction has to have a background, a problem statement, a research question, and a thesis statement. Now I'll be handing over to the next presenter.
Greetings, my name is Aliyah and I'll be discussing on the problem stage and objective stage. What is the problem stage? Problem stage is identifying a gap or an issue in a specific field that one's research aims to address. Why is it relevant? 1. Gives direction. It ensures that the research stays on track. 2. It establishes significance. It helps readers to appreciate the importance of the study. 3. It guides objectives and methods. How it contributes. 1. It shapes data collection and analysis. 2. It enhances clarity and coherence in presenting results, ensuring that each and every single thing in the research is organized and easy to understand. Moving on to the types of research problems. We have applied research. Applied research is practical research centered on resolving real-life issues and finding solutions that benefit society, clinical care, technology, and the environment. Moving on to the action research. Action research is problems that focus on bringing positive change within a specific environment by applying interventions involving those affected and collaboratively accessing the results. Moving on to the objectives. The objective stage is where the researcher clearly states the aim your study seeks to achieve. Why is it relevant? It guides the design and methodology of the research study. The second point is that it ensures that the study remains aligned with the research problem. How it contributes. 1. Clearly, it clarifies the research pathway. 2. It determines the extent of the research. 3. It shapes the methodological approach. Moving on to the types of objectives. We have the general objectives. General objectives, sometimes called broad objectives, state the aim of the study through presenting the overall purpose of the study in a clear and brief way. 2. The specific objective. Specific objectives define the main goal into precise and narrower aims. Thirdly, descriptive objectives. Descriptive objectives focus on portraying features patterns, or events without exploring their cause and their effect links. Moving on to Tapang with their hypothesis.
Good day. Standing before you is Tapang Bafana, and I will be taking you through the purpose of hypothesis in research writing. So what is a hypothesis? A hypothesis is defined as a tentative, testable prediction on the expected relationship between variables of a research problem based on existing knowledge. On to the functions and importance of a hypothesis in research writing. A hypothesis aims at creating a premises for the investigation, thus preventing derailed information. Secondly, provides a clear framework of the methodology the researcher should use. Lastly, guides the research design, thus allowing assessment of whether the data gathered supports or refutes predictions. Types of hypothesis. Firstly, we have a null hypothesis. This is a statement that gives no relationship between variables. Secondly, we have an alternative hypothesis. Unlike the null, this one suggests that there is a relationship or a difference between variables. Now, on to Pearl with the literature review.
Good day everyone, my name is Pearl Ramura, and today I'll be presenting about the purpose of a literature review in research writing. What is a literature review? A literature review is a structured summary of existing research related to your topic and connects previous studies to build a strong knowledge base. Importance of a literature review. A literature review provides background and context, meaning it explains what is already known and what is not yet known. Also, a literature review shows why your research is important. A literature review shows the significance of your research and shows why it is important to carry it. Last but not least, a literature review identifies gaps in knowledge. A literature review discovers areas that have not been studied enough or has contradictions. Types of a literature review. You have narrative or traditional, systematic, meta-analysis, critical, and theoretical. Moving on, structure of a literature review. We have the abstract. This is the summary of your research and the findings. We have the introduction. Here you state the importance of your research, the relevance of your research, and its aims. You state the gaps and how you are trying to solve those gaps. Also, we have the body. Here you state the comparison and contrast between your studies. You analyze, you evaluate, and you critique. Conclusion. In this stage, you summarize the key points of your review. Reference. Here you write the materials you used, the books, the articles, and the journals used in your study. Moving on to research design. What is a research design? A research design is an overall plan or guide that is used to answer the research question. Importance of a research design. It saves time. It saves time because it guides the researcher on how to answer the question. For example, what data they need, how they are going to analyze it, and how they are going to collect the data. It ensures that the study is organized and not biased. Types of research design. We have qualitative design. It is a non-numerical type of research design that focuses on meanings and experiences. And then we have qualitative design. It is a numerical design that focuses on statistics. It focuses on numbers and statistics. Mixed method. This is a type of research design that focuses both on numerical and non-numerical data. Features of a good research design. A good research design has to be reliable, meaning that it should give constant results. It should be valid. It should measure exactly what it's supposed to measure. And lastly, it should be realistic. Significance and contributions of a research design. It acts as a blueprint by defining the methodology to be used to collect data for the research. And also, it ensures the study is focused and coherent, minimizing errors. Moving on.
Good morning, my name is Renee Mabiping, and I'll be presenting on the purpose of a discussion as well as a conclusion in research writing. So I'll be starting with a discussion. The discussion is the part where results are evaluated and clarified. It turns original data into knowledge and information. Next, I'll be doing the purpose of a discussion. The first one is to understand and explain the importance of your findings. The second one is to link your results with the research objectives and the overall study. And the last one is to compare findings with previous studies. The types of discussion. The first one is a comparative. This is where you compare your discussion with other studies that were prior to your study. The second one is methodological, which is where you analyze the different methods used in your study. And the last one is integrative, where you discuss your findings along with other findings from other studies. Next, I will be presenting on the purpose of a conclusion in research writing. The conclusion is the last part of a research paper, and it combines the key points as well as helps the reader have a clear understanding of the overall paper. Its purpose, the first purpose, to summarize the main findings and leave the reader with a good understanding. The second one is to show as well as reinforce how the study addressed the research problem and how the study answered the research question. And the third and last purpose is to emphasize and highlight the importance and contributions of the study in the whole review. Lastly, I'll talk about the different types of conclusion. The first one is a summary conclusion, which is a basic recap of the whole paper. The second one is a recommendation conclusion, which gives us specific actions that can be taken in the future based on our findings. And the last one is an evaluative conclusion, and this one interprets the importance of our findings in relation to our overall research paper. Passing it on to Tsapang with the recommendations.
Recommendations in a research writing play an important role in turning findings of the research into specific and actionable suggestions that can be applied in real-world practices and policy makings, thus ensuring findings are tangible, have a tangible impact. Types of recommendations. Firstly, we have practical recommendations. Secondly, policy recommendations. Thirdly, research recommendations. And lastly, theoretical recommendations. On to the relevance of recommendations in a research study. Recommendations ensure that findings have a tangible impact in solving real problems. Secondly, recommendations give a guideline to future researchers by emphasizing limitations in current studies. Thirdly, they assist stakeholders in understanding how to use the findings effectively. On to contributions to research writing. Contributions of recommendations. By showing the significance of the use of research in real-world problems, they translate results into actionable steps. Lastly, they pinpoint specific gaps and identify the impacts during research. To conclude this presentation, we have examined the significance of each step taken in research writing process. Through identifying a focused topic, crafting a compelling introduction, to formulating research problems, setting clear objectives, developing hypotheses, reviewing literature, designing the study, and interpreting findings. This has shown us that taking these steps influence the research accuracy and create a structured foundation that ensures that the research is impactful. In the end, research writing is not about presenting information, but about building knowledge that provides meaningful solutions and questions for the future. Thank you.